Okay, so last session we discussed about some points related to conditional and logical operators. Now, one more, now you need to understand here about special operators, special operators in JavaScript. How to use special operators and how do we work with them. Generally, special operators, you have so many special operators. One is uh, ternary operator. Already we discussed ternary operator. Ternary operator is question mark colon. I will show one small example how this ternary operator works. Ternary operator is nothing but generally we need to handle a simple condition like this. We have a condition and question mark. So condition if true, that means statement if true, and colon statement if false. This is ternary operator. It is same like a simple if condition, same like a simple if condition. So the conditional operator, it is used for handling this statement on true and on false. Let's see one small example for this, how to use it. So we will take a new here. Yeah. Now in this, yeah, let's take a new file, ternary.html. Here we are designing doc type HTML head and title I'm giving ternary. Okay, in the body, for example, I'm giving a button, and this button is having just empty. So nothing inside. I have given an ID called BTN preview. Okay. Now here below this button, I'm adding a div, an image. So source some images, public images, some jacket, so width and height. Now what I want here is actually this is the image. I want this button to work as toggle button. Toggle button means once click on, again click off. In that case, the button text also should change. So I am giving here first on load, body load. Let's write a script here. Script function body load. When body loads, I will put the ID here. Document dot get element by ID. BTN preview dot inner HTML, because it is container. Inner HTML, I given hide preview. That is hide preview. Then you can see it will get hide preview. And when I click this button, it should hide this image. After hiding the image, this word should change to show preview. We should change the word to show preview. That means this text will be changing. This text will be changing. For example, we will create a variable button text. It is hide preview. Button text is hide preview. That button text we will apply here. Button text we will apply here. That will be displayed like this. Now, when user clicks the button, that means now I will write here on click. On click, I will write a method called toggle preview. Toggle preview, we will write a function toggle preview. What this toggle preview have to do? It should change the button text. It should change the button text. And here, button text I will give simply like this, and it should apply here. Change the button text and apply here. If the same work I have to do so many times, then you know we can call a function, right? Simple. Here I will give like this. You see, on toggle preview, document dot get element by id btn preview here dot inner html. Here I am writing here I am writing an expression. Expression is if button text is equal to hide preview. If button text is equal to hide preview, then colon, if condition is true, then keep it as show preview. Here we have to put question mark, put it as show preview. If not, again put it as hide preview. This indicates when user clicks the button, if it is hide preview, it will set to show preview. If it is show preview, it will set to hide preview. That means on the same button, you can see once click, again click, it should change. Again click, it should change. We have to write for that also. Now, here the point is, generally, we need to show and hide the content also. If it is hide preview, it is saying show preview. If it is show preview, it will be displaying hide preview. We have to change it. That means we need to apply the button text and get the new text into it. We have to apply it. Actually, we are giving only this direct value. Instead of giving the direct value, you can keep this empty and you can keep any other. I will show you that. Now, one more point is, generally what should happen is this one. So it should hide also. Then how to hide? For that also, you can give ternary operator, simple ternary operator. How to use? Document dot get element by id. What is it? So image. For example, this div have a id called container. Okay. Now here get element by id. What is it? Container dot style dot display. How to set display? So here we need to put a logic again. What is it? If I will keep display also with some value. Display also some value. That means I will put a variable display value. Display value by default I will keep as block. By default I will keep as block. And here we will apply that. See, here we are writing style. If display value is equal to what? If it is display value is block, just to reduce confusion, double quote only I will give. Okay. Yeah. If display value is block, if it is block, what should happen? Question mark. It should display none. If it is none, it should display again block. Like this, we need to apply. That is actually toggling the content action. Toggling the content. Again, I click on show, it should display, right? We will write that logic. We will see that. Initially, we are keeping some standard values. On load, it is showing it. That means hide preview, show preview. Now, how we can handle this toggle? That means once click on, again click off. That is the option we have to handle. Let's implement this now. Suppose for that we need correct references to define. How we can use the correct references? Let's see. Actually, what happens now, you see in the console, I am just using refresh in elements. Observe what happening here under the button. This is container. I click on hide preview, then automatically it is changed to show preview and display set to none. Right? Display set to none. Display block, by default it is block. So it's set to none and it changed to show preview. Now what should happen when I click again? When I click again, then you see button is clicked again, but I have to change this now. So from show preview to, I need to set hide preview and display must be set to none. On the same button, 2 times click, how you will identify? One time click, okay. 2 times click, how you will identify actually? Do you think there will be 2 time click recognition? What do you say? How you will identify 2 time click? Is it first time click or is it second time click? How you will identify that? Right? How do we identify that? To verify is it first time or it's second time, what we have to do? Remember, this is a condition. That means that condition requires true or false. If the condition is matching, then it will apply true. If it is false, then it will apply false. That means on one button, 2 times we need to handle. How? How you will put a flag? Who is this Ramesh? How you will put a flag? What is meant here? Actually, this technique, I think I showed you in checkbox also. No? Checkbox checked one value, unchecked another value. I will show. If not, we will see that. But this is actually the concept of ternary operator. Right? Understood the logic point here? I will make it more clear. See? Let's delete this button text. That means I am removing the button text. I am removing this body load. Let's clean up everything. First, I will cleanly explain what you have to do. We have a button. This button text should change. Once click one value, another click another value. That means we have to write, what is it? Function. What is the function? Toggle preview. Toggle preview is the function. Now here we need to access the button. Suppose var btn is equal to document dot get element by id. What is it? Btn preview. That is the button. Okay. Now generally we have to put some value on the button directly. So there can be some value here. Show. Just one word I am using. That means I am using the word show. When user clicks the button, what should happen? Button preview btn dot inner html. It should change to hide. Okay. I'm just using one word. That means I click, it will change to hide. Again click, it should change to show. Right? That means here, what is the condition? We have to write the condition. Here the condition is nothing but, here we are defining. Same button can be clicked any number of times. Here, what is the text you want to display inside it? You can keep the text inside some reference. For example, I will keep here. So button, another variable, btn text. Okay. Button text is, I will define as hide. Okay. Now this we are displaying like this, means condition I am writing. So what is the condition? If condition, if btn text, right? If btn text is equal to hide, is equal to hide. If button text is hide, we have to put it to show, and if it is show, we have to put it hide. But here the point is, when I click on this, it has to show and it has to hide, but it has to affect inside inner HTML. Na? Inside the inner HTML, it should affect. That means this button text is just a button text. It is returning true or false. We will put one small logic here. Observe. Means actually this is equivalent to like this. I will write like this. If condition, simple if condition. What is it? If btn text, if btn text is equal to what? Hide. If btn text is equal to hide, btn dot inner html is equal to show. Suppose I given like this. Suppose, but actually that is already shown, because it is hide, it is showing show. And else, so if it is show, because already it is shown, if it is show, that means if btn text is equal to show, then it has to change it to hide. That means what should happen? I click, it will be hide. Again I click, it should be show. Then can you write another condition? Suppose I am writing another condition. What is it? If btn text is equal to, what is it? Hide. btn text is equal to hide. What is it? btn dot inner html, it should display as show. That is the option we are using. Now you can see it's not working. Why? Because condition is simple. You are verifying this btn text, and this button text should change. That button text should change. That means what we have to do, if button text is show, what we are doing, we are using hide. No, not like that. We have to change this button text to hide. We have to affect button text, not this inner HTML. Understood? Because that button text is used, the button text is used for inner HTML. So we have to affect the button text, not the inner HTML. We have to use the button text, not inner HTML. That means actually condition should be what? If button text is show, then btn text, understood? btn text should be hide. If btn text is hide, then btn text must be show, understood? And this must be displayed in btn dot inner html. What it should display? btn text. This is how the condition is written. We have to affect that button text actually. That means, so we have to display that. We will put it. That is not the logic here, right? This is only the condition you written, but we have to change because we kept a standard value, right? We have to change that standard value. Let's do it now. Concept understood, logic understood. That means we have to affect this button text. So let's write the logic now here. So what is that? Here we will define btn text. Okay, btn text. btn text is equal to, we write a condition. What is the condition? If btn text is equal to what? Show. btn text is equal to show question mark, it should be hide. And if it is hide, it should be show, understood? That means we are changing the button text. Okay, I will just put console log and we will put btn text. We are using console log and we are using button text here. So you see, I will open the log here. Console log, body load is not required as of now. Okay, we remove it. Now you see, I click on show, it is hide, and again click on it, then again it is hide. We need to change that to show to hide, hide to show. Now that need to be displayed as the button text. So here I am not giving any button text, let it be empty. We need to toggle this now. Okay, even if it is empty and you are toggling it, you can see I click on it, it will be show. So by default it is show, and when you click on it, that show must be changed to hide, right? That means if it is show, it is hide. If it is hide, it will be show, right? And that must be applied to the button text. It should be applied to button text, and this must be displayed where? btn dot inner html. It should display that inner html. What is it? btn text. btn text. That is the logic we want to apply there. We need to apply that logic here. Now I will show you, because already button is having this show now. We will not use any inner html, anything inside that. It will be show, right? By default it is empty. When you click the button on it, that means it is empty. When you click on it, what it will do? It will display as a show, right? Now we will use toggle. So for that, condition need to be written like this. So what you have to define? Example, that means you need to configure button text. Button text is equal to, it uses a boolean value. So that means if it is for example some show, and what is the condition here? We have to keep it to condition, we have to keep it to show. This is how we need to configure. And remember, this result must be stored and displayed in some location. That's the logic we need to implement. This you can easily understand if I show you with a text box and combination, then you can understand. Let's see, put one simple example here. Remember, I am showing you level by level how to understand the point. Okay, because this is related to conditions. It is related to conditions. We will see how the condition is handled, right? Let's take a condition first. Means we will come back to this example. Let's take one condition here. I will clean up. Let's take one condition here so that you can understand the condition. Input type is equal to what? Checkbox. We have a span and ID as MSG. Here we will display some content into it. So checkbox ID is suppose stock. Okay. We will access that here and display some value into it. That means inside the span. So we will put a function body load, and here we will put var. So we have some text, means text. Text, I will keep the text as suppose I will say available. I'm giving available, and document get element by ID. What is it? MSG dot inner HTML is text. I'm just giving the text. Whatever text is there, it will be displayed there. That means we have to display that text on load body load. Okay, on body load it is displaying. Now actually this must be displayed available only when it is checked. That means what we have to do here, we have to write the condition. What is the condition? If first access the checkbox, right? Stock document dot get element by ID. What is it? Stock. So if stock dot checked is the property. If it is checked, what should happen? If it is checked, then it should display text available. If it is not checked else, so then what should happen? Document get element by ID MSG dot inner HTML. Suppose I am giving out of stock. That's the condition we are giving. If it is out of stock, I selected, it should change it to stock. That means it should change the text into that available if it is checked. By default, it is not checked. By default, it is not checked. Suppose by default it is checked. You see, it shows available. It shows available. I removed it. It should be unavailable. That means you have to write event on not body load. We have to write event on checkbox change. That means this logic is not on body load. This logic we have to write on checked change. That means not on body load. We have to do that when user is changing the selection here. That means on change. And here we are writing, so this event like stock toggle. Okay, and here we will write the function. What is it? Stock toggle. Now actually you have to display the values here. Based on checked, we have to display the value. Now stock toggle is a function, right? We have to display the value here, out of stock and available. That means it is changing the value depending on the selection. This is the condition actually. That means what we have to do is this condition we have to implement in a shorter way. That is the concept of ternary operator. Means to make you understand about ternary operator, first you have to handle this. First you need to understand this. This is the condition. This is statement if true. This is statement if false. That means based on that we will change that inner HTML. This is the condition we have to handle. How to implement this in ternary operator now? Means simple. This is written in a ternary operator. This is the shortest way. Actually what we do is we can also change the text. How to change the text I will tell you. By default I will give here. See, when we write function body load, or by default you see I keep some text inside it. By default, I will keep some text as, so out of it is checked, na, that means it is available. I'm giving available. So you see by default it is available. I remove it out of stock. Again select it is available. We can replace dynamically, we can replace the content and show. Now how you can change this into ternary operator? So the same logic we need to change into ternary operator. I will put this comment slash asterisk and asterisk slash. This is comment. That means this is multi-line comment. Multi-line comments means this is not going to work. It is just only comment. Okay. Now let's write the same thing in ternary operator. So we have to display document dot get element by ID MSG dot what inner HTML. Here we have to write the condition. What is the condition? Condition is stock dot what is it? Checked. Stock dot checked. Display the text out. Otherwise, it has to display out of stock. That's how we need to configure. That is the ternary operator. That means this is condition. If condition true, this statement will work. That means this is. If condition false, this statement will work. That means this. That means colon indicates statement to execute, question mark indicates statement to execute when condition is true. Condition is true. That means it will display the same now. Logic is same, just we changed it into ternary operator. The same we have done into ternary operator. This is the technique that we follow. Means if you know the conditions, we can make it in a shorter way. So this is the simple example, because without knowing this kind of simple example, if I give complex show, hide and all, you will be confused. So first I will give level by level so that you can easily understand. So this is the actual condition. This condition should be changed to ternary. What is the advantage of this? This is called as, we call this mechanism as minification. We learned now minification. Minification is a technique where the lengthy code is converted into shorter. You can see that. For example, open any softwares like JavaScript minifier. Open JavaScript minifier. Online JavaScript minifier will be there. This is JavaScript minifier. So this is JavaScript minifier. Now here you type the code here first. That means I am writing the logic. Observe here, I am writing the logic where. So same logic I am writing. So that means condition. So where, suppose let's put this condition. Document and all is not required there. Here we will write like this. Suppose I am giving, so where stock is equal to true. Okay, where stock is equal to true. I am writing the condition here. What is the condition? If stock is equal to true. If stock is equal to true, I want to print console.log. I want to print available. Okay. Else I want to print another. What is it? Console.log. I have to print out of stock. I need to write like this. Now I click on minify. You can see it changes into ternary operator. It changes into ternary operator. That means it says, you can see, is equal to stock. This will come. Otherwise colon, question mark, statement if true, colon, statement if false. Remember, it says one is true, one is true. So if it is not zero, understood? Not zero means not false. Not zero means not false. Not false means true na. That means it is writing the true in this way. True is a lengthy word. We can make that lengthy word more shorter like this. This is not true. That means false. Not false. Not false means true. If I say not one, that means it will be false. That means instead of writing the word like this, that means they are not writing the false. This they are writing in a short way, not one. Understood? True, they are writing in this way, not zero. This is shortcut. Right? Based on that, they are minifying. And you see, if condition is changed to ternary operator, it is changed to the ternary operator. Anywhere such conditions are handled using the ternary operators. Right? This is basically how we can manage ternary operators. We will put in various examples. We will see how to use in various examples. I will show you show, hide, how buttons can toggle, and all these we will see. With examples we'll see. Because initially such lengthy concepts are confusion. So level by level, if you can understand, that will be more easy. Okay, right. This is one thing. This is one special operator. What is it? Ternary operators. Next, important in the special operators, we have an operator type of. Type of. Type of, it is used to know the data type. The data type of any value stored in a reference. Data type of any value stored in a reference, we can get that by using type of. Because when you are working with remote data means coming from API. That data we haven't designed, somebody designed, but we have to work with the data. So before working with the data, first we need to know what type of data it is. And for that, we need to know these operators. Type of is an operator. So syntactically, how you define here, you can simply write type of. So we can say type of, and variable name. If you just give type of variable name, or you just give type of the property name, it will return its type. Is it a string type? Is it a number type? Is it a Boolean type? It can return. We can know the data type by using this type of. For example, let's see. We can try with, let's go script. We will write a simple fetch. In the fetch, we will fetch the data from fake store api.com/what products, and dot, then I am returning so response, and here return response dot JSON, and after that we have then the function contains data. Now I want to know the data type of every field it is having. That means it is an array. Actually it is an array of objects. So for where item of, so here we are defining item of data, and what it is doing, it is returning document dot write item. Item is an object. But I don't want that. For every item, I want to know the properties, what it is having. I write another for where property, in item. I am reading every property in the item, document dot write. I am printing here. Property. That means with break, what properties it is having, we are printing. That means we are fetching and we are displaying all the properties. Let's put in a function. So we will put in a function called what? Get products, and we will write this logic, and we have to call that. That means we have to use get products. Get products. That means we are fetching the data from fake store API and we are displaying the data from fake store API. It will take some time to get all the data. Lot of data is there now. It reads all the properties. Okay, we will do one thing instead of waiting for it. Already we have data now. Where is data? Okay, this data have products.json. Product.json is having this now. I will just use it simply. What is it? // yeah, // data/product.json. Now I don't need all this outside for, because it is directly returning properties only. I need to return the property it is having, right? And it should refresh. What is it? Item not defined. It is not item. It is in data. Okay. Yeah, we are directly using the data. It will get name, price, photo, stock. I want to know the data type of them. Then we can simply write like this. We can simply write property, okay, space, colon. I will write like this here. So type of, so we will use operator type of, okay, type of that property name. Type of that property name. It will get the data type of that property. And it is returning data type of property. All properties are string type now, but I want to return the data type of every value. Then what you can do, value type means we have to get the value type. Value type means we have to write like this: data of property. Data of property will return value. That means a value type we will get here. That means name is string, price is number, photo is string, stock is boolean. That is the concept here. That means we are reading every value and we are returning its type. That means we should know what properties it is having, what type of value is in that property. All property names are string only. We don't want property name type. We want property value type. In that property, what value is stored. For that, we have to use the operators. That is type of. So type of is an operator which is used to handle this kind of content. So if you are dealing with complex data, if you are dealing with data that you haven't designed, then first you need to know its type. Then only it is easy for inserting. For reading, no problem. Later we have to insert, update. In that case, we have to know the type. For that, we have to use that type of operator. Example is this. This is example for type of, how we can handle. Okay. Next important in the special operators, we have instance of. Instance of. Instance of, it is used to know the class. Class. It is used to know the class from where the object, from where the object is derived. It is used to know the class from where the object is derived. That means it will check whether the object belongs to that class or not. But for that, actually, we need to learn OOP concept. Without OOP concept also, we can understand, because array, date, these are all considered as classes only, right? For example, I will show you. We learned they are pseudo classes now. For example, actually, you will see this in OOP concept. Here, simply I am giving class. I am giving a class employee. Okay. And I am creating another class, that is product. And here I am creating LET object. This is, for example, some TV is equal to new employee product. TV is product type. And LET, suppose some David is equal to new employee. That means TV is derived from product and David is derived from employee. Sometimes in modules, I will tell you, in OOP concepts we will discuss. Generally what happens is classes are provided to you. You have to just implement the classes and use them. Sometimes only an object of class is provided to you. So you have to use that object. But in order to use object, first we have to know which class it belongs to. Right? That means we should know, is it product type, is it employee type, then only we can handle operation. For that we have a simple option, document.write. We can simply use TV instance of employee. If I write like this, it will return true or false. That means, is it TV instance of employee? False. TV is instance of whom? Product. That means it will return true. That means we have to verify many times whether it is derived from that or not. So for that we have to use that instance of. So later in OOP concepts it will be very helpful. When you are learning OOP, when you are creating classes, that will be helpful. Without class also, you can try like this. For example, LET products is equal to new array. Array is also constructed, it is also a class actually. Now see what happens if I say products instance of product instance of product, then it says false, because it is not instance of product, it is instance of what? Array. That means it is an array type. It will show it, it will display. But in many interviews they ask this question, like products instance of object, is it true or false? Is it true or false? What do you say? Product instance of object. So that is always true. Understood? Why? Because it is always true. Why? Because every object is instance of object only. Right? That means even array is an object type. Everything is considered as an object. Is an object. That is the reason if you give object, it will be true. So document.write, suppose I say products instance of array, that is also true. That is also true, right? It will display both true. That's it. Just roughly I'm giving those options. So technically we need to understand from where it is derived from. That means we have to use object name syntactically. We have to define object name and instance of class name. We have to define like this. That is simple example how we can verify whether it is instance of class or instance of employee or product. We can know that by using this. Next important. So another option is in the operators we have void. Another important, we have void. So void is very important. So it is a special operator. Actually, many times if anyone asks what is void, immediately many people give the answer means no return type. Void means no return type. Actually, void means it discards. it discards the return value. It discards the return value of any element actually. Discards the return value of any element. Actually, any element, if it is returning something and we want to destroy that returning and we want it not to return anything, then we have to make it as void. Later, if you want, we can implement it. That means if elements are returning something and we don't want it to return anything, then we make it as void. Void. For example, see, so here in HTML, it is very tricky. In the see, later in functions also we will write. Here you observe. Suppose in the body section, I have anchor. I return home. Now, is it valid? It is not valid because my testing team will report that you return anchor, but it is not navigating. That means it is not valid. Okay. Then means what they will tell, it is not having proper href. I return href. Is it valid? No, because href needs a target. And here I am defining empty. Is it valid? It cannot be empty. Link cannot be empty. It should navigate somewhere. Now, sometimes people will suggest you to use hash and they will tell you that these are empty links. Wrong. Hash is used for, is it empty link? It is not empty link. Hash refers to ID. Na? Hash refers to ID. That means what happens now? Observe carefully. So is link not working? Click there. You can see link is working. It is returning a hash here now. That means this is also wrong. Many people suggest this, but this is also wrong because it is intra-document navigation. In intra-document navigation, ID is missing, then it is wrong. If ID is missing, that is wrong. Then how to write a link which will not return anything, but it should pass testing? That means if I leave empty, my testing team will say fail. Right? Why you are writing a link and not writing anything? Because that is later implemented. We are designing a template. That template is given to others. They will implement. We will just design them. In that case, we have to write like this: JavaScript :void. That means now what JavaScript will do is it will discard the return type. If I discard the return type, observe carefully here. Previously, if you remember, if you have seen, previously when I used here hash, the color of link changed. Color of link changed means it is working now, but it is not returning anything. That is wrong. Then what we will do now, we will put this and you will see that it is like this. And observe in the URL, when I click here, it is not changing and it is not returning anything. So this is correct. Now later, if anybody wants to implement its functionality, he can write like this. Inside void, we can write location.href is equal to, we can navigate to home.html. That means what it will do is when I click on this, it will navigate to home page. Already I have some home page, it is going there. That means if it is not implemented, it is empty. That means now it is not returning anything. But later, if we want, we can define some functionality and implement it. We can remove void, or we can keep the void and we can define a functionality. That is what actually the concept. So it is used to discard the return value of element. So later we will use this in OOP concept also, functions and all we will use there, right? How to use that. But in HTML, this is very regularly asked. In interviews also, they ask that without link href hash, is it correct? Hash is correct, hash is not correct, because many people write hash and leave it, so thinking that it will not navigate, but actually it is working. But we should not make it work at all. Then we have to use void. That is the right way of handling. So this is basically void, right? Another important operator, we have delete operator. Delete operator, it is used to remove, it is used to remove any property, any property from object. We can remove any property from object by using delete. But important, you cannot delete, you cannot delete read only properties, read only properties. So read only properties are the properties available with ready-made objects. Ready-made objects related properties are read only, you cannot delete them. Other properties you can delete. For example, see, suppose we have a script and we have where product is having name and product is having price. We are having name and price, and here we are printing document dot write, name is equal to whatever name, and in the next line price is equal to whatever price. That means product is having both details, name and price, and it is working fine. Now I can delete the price property just by using delete product dot price. Because sometimes when you are working with APIs and all, we don't need all of them. Certain fields we don't want, we can delete them. We can delete them. So we don't want all the fields, we want only few. Others we want to remove. If you don't remove, you can hide them. Hiding is again not good in performance, because hiding means they are present in the page. So, but hidden, we don't want like that. We want to remove. Then we can do that by using delete. Now product price is deleted. You see, it says undefined. That means product price is not there. So we can delete it. I am not deleting it. Then you can see it is available. It can get it. You can delete any property, any property. And one more important is, if property is not there, how to check property is there or not? How to check property there or not? To delete the property, we have to use delete syntax. Just we have to define delete. So object dot property. How to check whether the property is there or not? By using an operator in. It is a special operator used to check for any property. Check for any property in object. It will return true or false. Now see here, I am writing a condition. If price, property name is price. If price in product, that means if price is there in product, then what it should do? It should print both name and price. Otherwise, what it should do else? It should print only name. That means document dot write, it should print only name. I just given here as product dot name. Now you can see price is not there. It is deleted. Then you can see it will not print price. If price is not deleted, I am not deleting the price, then it will print that price also. How to verify that property is available or not? For that we have to use in. This is also very helpful because as I already told you, when you are working with remote data and a lot of fields are present, 100 fields are there. In that, my required field is there or not. How to verify? Just by using in. In operator, I can check whether my field available or not. It will return true or false. For that, in operator is used. So by deleting and confirming, right, whether it is there or not. Syntactically, we write like this. So we have to define property in object. It will return true or false. Depending on whether it is available or not, it will return true or false. That is in operator. Example is this. Let me copy this example. That is used to verify, right? So this is another important operator called in. And as I told you, we cannot delete the properties of read only. For example, see, actually we have document dot write math dot py. Math dot py. Py is a property of math object which is used to return the pi value. Pi value is this, right? Now what I am doing before printing, I am writing delete math dot py. I am trying to delete. If it is deleted, it should show undefined, but not. Because these are all read-only properties. You cannot delete them. Even you try to delete, they will not delete. Right? You cannot create such read-only properties directly here. For that, you have to use object-oriented features. Right? Technically, every property that you create in an object can be deleted. But to create read-only properties, very lengthy concept is there. We have to see that. While working with OOP concepts, you will see, right? So this is one important. So you cannot delete the read-only properties. You cannot delete read-only properties, right? So these are all the important special operators. One more operator is off. Actually, it is used to verify every value in collection. So we cannot use it directly. It is used with for iterator. Understood? Already we used it. If you remembered what we have done for var item of collection. So off is an operator. It is used to verify every value. So in is used to verify every property. So that is the reason we use it for sorry. So here we use like var item in collection. Item in not collection, object. That means it will read every property. In is to verify properties and off is to verify values. So we use combination of that, how to handle that. These are all important special operators, right? So these are special operators in JavaScript. This all comes under the category of operators, right? We have one more, bitwise operators. But bitwise operators, you have to learn with binary conversions. Like later when you learn about binary related any concept, there I will tell you how to use these binary conversions, bitwise operators. For that, we need to learn about so much concept in JavaScript. Then we can see bitwise. Other than that, all other operators we have learned. Arithmetic operators, logical operators, conditional operators, special operators, assignment operators, how to handle. Now, once we know about operators, now another important statements. This is where we can go with more big examples. Statements means now we will see what are the various types of statements in JavaScript. If, else, switch, case, for looping statements, exception handling statements, all that comes under this category. All these days we have used, but now you will see more detail. That means how to write if conditions, how to write switch cases, how to design them with real world examples. We'll see that. We'll see tomorrow, right? In tomorrow's session we will start working with statements. Now more bigger examples will come, huge examples will come. We will see how to implement them. Okay, tomorrow we'll continue.